Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Southwest Herts local history TV show. A bit later than the build-up to technical problems this afternoon. But once again, joined by David. Hello, David.
Good afternoon, Chris. Nice to be here again.
How are you doing? All right?
I'm not doing too bad, thank you. It's been a good week, and looking forward to the show today.
Fabulous. Well, good to have you on again. And what have we been up to this week? As you remember, a couple of weeks back, we essentially got the show kicked off, and the idea was to sort of explain a little bit about what we're looking to achieve with this show, which is essentially talk about all the various history of the area, and there's loads of it, isn't there?
Absolutely, I've got points of history of Watford, lots of it, very mixed history, and we'd like to sort of separate some of it out and talk to people about their experiences, their remembrances of history of Watford, particularly this time in the print industry.
Well, as we know, the print industry was massive in Watford, and we've been jotting down all the different examples really of industry in printing industry in Watford. Some printers, Fishburn Inks, Dickinsons, Croxley Mill, Odhams, Watford Printers, and I'm sure there are loads more besides those. But we'll come on to that in a little bit. Last week, after we finished, David, we went away and we tried to track down some groups that are talking about history in Watford. So what did we find out?
Well, I put a notification on Streetlife and asked for people to come back, and I got references to obviously the museum in Watford, the Watford Industrial Society, and a couple more that I need to explore a bit further first before we can go on to that.
Okay, well, I actually did a bit of investigative work online as well, with some of the links you sent me, and what we're going to do before we start talking about how you people watching the show can help us. What I'm going to do is share my screen, and I'm going to show you a bit about the Community Hub website. The reason for this is because on there we have placed quite a lot of information which is to do with the history of Watford. So I'm just going to bring this up on the screen so that you can see it. I should have really done this beforehand. There we go. Get there in the end. So this is the Community Hub website that you're looking at there. And if you scroll, by the way, I've just got the environment there. They've got the history page, which is quite interesting. But if you scroll down, what you'll find when we get down considerable distance down is a thing here on the right hand side. Oops, I've swooped too low there. Oh, there you go. History and places of interest. And there's a few links there. You can see there's some Facebook pages which we've highlighted. Watford was Memories History, and Cassidy Park Gates. That's Kevin Francis, who's been spearheading that with a collection of people who are looking to rebuild the gates. And then you've got Watford History Group. Now that's an internet page, and you can see that it's got a picture of the world on there. And what I put on today, which is the Oak Village History. And if you click through from those, it will take you to those respective websites and Facebook groups, and you can get involved there and participate in the conversation. But clearly there's more than that out there, and we want to be able to sort of up and get more people to be sharing stuff with us. One of the other things that we talked about earlier was actually was oops, I'm just going to get onto the page. Was being able to create a space, a community for people who are interested in talking to the show, so that we can sort of collect stuff in the same place.
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea. We want contributions from anybody and everybody that's out there that has an interest in history, or has been part of the history in Watford. A lot of people, I'm getting on in this now, but plenty of people older than me that have better memories than I have of Watford, and we want to collate them into the one site so everybody can find out about what's been going on.
Fabulous stuff, and one of the things that I know is that we've got people who are our age out there, and there are people who are a lot older. I know that they've got great stories, as you said, David, but the problem is that they may not be okay with the technology, they may not be able to get on here and do the things that we're doing, but that doesn't mean that they can't contribute, because we set up a TV show sort of area now where we can put content during the week. It doesn't have to be part of this show. We can put it up there, we can refer to it, and so anybody that's prepared to sit down for half an hour, just share some of their memoirs of what went on back in those days, we'd be delighted to hear from them.
Absolutely. The technology, I'm not fully au fait with technology. I'm a bit of a Luddite, and through Chris's marvellous offices here that I'm actually appearing in front of you. But that doesn't mean to say that nobody else can. We would like to speak to you. Whatever memories you've got, let's put them all together and let's establish a history of Watford so people can use it ad infinitum.
Absolutely, and as we said last week, if we don't get these people to share their knowledge, knowledge will disappear along with them when they do pass on. So it is a responsibility that we've got, because we're quite lucky that people with foresight made books. I know, David, you've got quite a lot of stuff there, and we're going to get you to just sort of show on the screen in a second the sort of collection of bits that we've got. So there you go. Let's have a look. What have we managed to amass over the last week?
Amass, what I've come up with, I've got a few things here. This one here is Watford past and present.
Okay.
Again, it's based from the museum down in Lower High Street, and gives you lots of information about Watford as it was. The next one is Watford's official guide.
Right, okay.
This again was published, I think, by the council itself to tell you all things about Watford as it was at the time.
What year is that been put out there?
I'm not sure. I've been trying to establish that. I've looked through the book to find out a printing date, but I haven't yet found the right place in the book for it.
I'm just wondering if we'd be some kind of breach of copyright if we shared it. I thought we gave, I suppose, the original source. It wouldn't be too much of a problem.
I think that should be fine. I mean, we can not necessarily follow it verbatim. We can add things to things that we find in there as things go on. I think this has got to be at least, I would say, 20, 30 years old, if not more. So things will have changed in that way, more things discovered.
Brilliant.
Next one I've got is not particularly Watford, but it is bushy. And this is a little leaflet that hasn't, as far as I'm concerned, well, no knowledge of it actually being published. It's something that someone did for us, the history of Bushy House, which is now an old folks' home. There were rumours that it was once rebuilt in about 1780 by the Prince Regent for his wife Caroline, apparently, who he did not like. Makes you wonder. And that's been, this book dispels that myth and says that particular Bushy House was in Surrey. But this gives you a lot of the history of it, and I've done work on that site before now. They have an ornamental lake at the bottom of the garden with boulders made of cement and wire, and the whole lake itself is run from a stream with a tap at the top.
So that particular, where is that Bushy House?
Bushy House is at the top end of Bushy High Street, just before the golf complex.
Oh, okay.
On the right-hand side as you're going up from Watford.
Okay, so you got Chalk Hill, carry on going, and it's up there on the right side.
Yeah, just as you go through the shops.
Okay. So is that past? What's the name of that chicane that you're going past? I can forget the name of it now, but there's a name of that. And then when you get through there, it sort of comes up to the golf, I think.
Yeah, it is exactly through the high street. virtually opposite the Blue Check restaurant.
Okay.
And one other rather large Chris has added to the list is the Book of Watford, a portrait of our town.
Yeah, now there's a history to this book. This book was actually given to my father. Now, I believe, although I'm not 100% sure, but it might have been given to him by his ex-work colleagues at some printers when he retired. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's definitely a book by a guy called Bob Nunn, I think. Now, I remember somebody telling me Bob Nunn had a photographic shop in the high street at some point, and he was always taking pictures of Watford, and it was through his love and interest, because obviously pictures, like now, we can take pictures and delete them just as fast as we take them if we don't like them. But in those days, obviously, to produce like a huge amount of pictures was quite an expensive proposition. So it helped, I guess, being in the game, as it were.
Yeah, it was certainly helping in the game, but again, Watford being a print centre should make things a lot easier.
Yeah, I guess access to chemicals and stuff like that would have made life easier. Anyhow, so actually the guy that wrote that book has signed it, so that's actually a signed copy of that book. And I haven't sacrilege, I haven't actually sat down and read that book, but I've just had a little thumb through it before we came on air, and there's some really, really good stuff in there.
There is. I've just been exploring some of the articles in there about the print industry in Watford. And one of the ones that I've just come across, which is rather strange. At the moment, most of our banknotes are printed down at the big printing place in Loughton in Essex. But when the sovereign and half sovereign coins were withdrawn from service, the £1 note was actually printed here in Watford, in Callowland.
Fascinating.
This is Watford. There is so much here that people don't know. I've certainly known that without looking at the book. And there are people out there that might well have been working in that print shop, still around.
So I don't know when the pound coin, not when the pound note came out, but it must have been a few years back now.
I think this was, if I remember right, then it's just a glimpse I've had through the book. I think around 1938, possibly.
Right.
So we're talking there, what, nearly 80 years. That since that became. Well, but now when did the pound coin come out? I asked this question a while back. It was in the 80s, wasn't it? I'm sure it was in the 80s, the early 80s, and that again is changing again very shortly.
Yeah, but I guess if you had something, I don't know. Well, how long did they print the pound note in Watford? It could have been moved on to the Royal Mint, I guess, or wherever those things get printed.
Yeah. Well, it's strange enough. I had some friends of mine around a couple of weeks ago, and my friend Ted produced from his wallet the first pound note that he ever received in his wages. A lot worse for wear now than it was then. But it's just one of those mementos that he keeps. I'm sure a lot of people, businesses out there, have got coins that we've had in use for goodness knows how long. I know I've got a lot of old coins from the pre-decimal days. And I'm sure someone might even have a white fiver somewhere.
Well, I haven't got a white fiver, David, but I've definitely got a few pound notes. And of course, there were a few iterations of pound notes, weren't there? There was the big ones with the big, like big circles and sort of spirals on them, and they all went to Monopoly money.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, the £5 note has just changed as well. Now I've got a new plastic £5 note.
Yeah,
which is just coming into circulation in the next couple of weeks. Again, takes you right the way back to the white fivers.
Absolutely. Right, so we've talked a lot about what we've been done. We've been doing a lot of exploration when we try to find different groups out there. If you do watch this, and you have watched it, and you are involved in a history group, then do get hold of David. If you can get on Twitter on @DESAW, You can get me on at Chris Ogle. You can see that it's on the screen on my title there. You can connect with us on Facebook through any of these history groups, because we're both involved in those things. What we want to do is bring this to life. It's in the way we're us doing this show here. We want to actually bring some of this history out in the open, and make some videos and recordings, so that knowledge can be shared far and wide. Because the young people of this town haven't got a clue really what's gone before. And I mean, I'm young compared to the age of Watford, as is David. So there's a lot of stuff that went on before us. In fact, I was looking at that book, David, and they got stuff in there about digging out the foundations for the railway.
Well, of course, apart from Printbread, Watford was a railway town. I mean, where I live in North Watford, the houses there were called railway cottages for all the railway workers. And there's so much, again, history from the point of view of commuting that has made Watford what it is today.
Before those railways was the digging out for the canals, and
the Grand Union passes through our town.
So massive amount of energy and effort expended to create these things, and of course the M1 and the M25, a lot more, infrastructure around us.
Watford is so connectable to virtually anywhere in the country at a very easy start, whether it be from Watford Junction, the M1, as you mentioned, the M25, the canal. It's absolutely fantastic that we have this. Thanks to John Betjeman in Metroland, he sort of highlights the availability of Watford as a commuter town.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up now. So if you want to get involved, then talk to David or I. We're very accessible online, and we want to hear about print. So we're going to start mentioning this on all the different platforms. People to come forward if they've worked at the Sun many moons ago, and my father did worked at the Sun. I know there are still colleagues that are floating about that he would have worked with that might want to get in touch with me. So I'll be putting a feeler out and getting myself out in the community, tracking them down, and as with David. So let's bring print back to life in Watford, Dave?
Yeah, indeed, Chris. Thanks very much. And please, anybody out there with any knowledge of history or connection to the print industry, please get in touch with us. We want to know. We want to share it with the people of Watford. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thanks, David, for that. And we're going to wrap it up now. So thanks for watching, and if you can help in any way, do get in touch. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.